My friends, if you are over the age of 60, you need to hear this. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength, is one of the biggest reasons why people lose their independence as they age. The truth is, muscle is the key to longevity, balance, energy, and even your immune system. Without strong muscles, everything else in your body begins to decline. But here's the exciting part. There is something very simple you can add to your water every single day that can help fight sarcopenia and rebuild muscle naturally. My friends, sarcopenia is one of the most overlooked conditions that silently steals our independence as we get older. Most people think that losing muscle is just a natural part of aging, something that cannot be stopped. But the truth is, muscle loss is not inevitable. It is preventable. The body has an incredible ability to adapt, to rebuild, and to stay strong if we give it the right conditions. I want you to realize that no matter what age you are, 60, 70, 80, or even 90, it's never too late to fight sarcopenia and protect the strength that carries you through life. Sarcopenia is simply the medical word for age-related muscle loss. But let's break that down. Every time you walk, bend, climb stairs, or carry groceries, your muscles are working. When your muscles start shrinking, when they lose their ability to contract with power, your entire quality of life changes. You start moving slower. You feel weaker. Tasks that were once easy suddenly become challenging. And here's the big problem. Muscle loss doesn't just affect your strength. It affects your metabolism, your bones, your heart, your brain, and even your immune system. That's why preventing sarcopenia is not just about looking fit. It's about staying alive and living with independence. Most people believe that sarcopenia is caused by age itself, but that's not the full truth. Yes, as we age, our hormones shift and our recovery slows down, but the real reason we lose muscle is because we stop giving our bodies the building blocks it needs. Think of your muscles like a savings account. Every time you move, you're making withdrawals. But if you're not depositing the right nutrients, hydration, and exercise into that account, eventually the balance runs out. Sarcopenia is what happens when the withdrawals are greater than the deposits. The good news is your body is always repairing. Right now, as you're listening to me, your body is breaking down old muscle tissue and rebuilding new fibers. This process never stops, no matter your age. The only difference is that as you get older, the rebuilding process slows down if you don't supply it with the proper fuel. And this is why preventing sarcopenia is so important, because you can actively control it with small daily actions. Imagine two people at the age of 70. One believes they're too old to rebuild muscles, so they accept weakness as a part of aging. They stop moving as much, they don't pay attention to hydration, and their diet lacks the nutrients muscles need. Within a few years, they're using a walker, struggling to get out of a chair, and losing their independence. Now picture the other person at 70, they decide to take action. They start drinking water with electrolytes and amino acids. They do light resistance exercises a few times a week, and they keep their body moving. Fast forward a few years and this person is still active, walking confidently, living independently, and feeling decades younger. The difference between the two is not age, it's choice. The muscles in your body are like your engine. They burn calories, they support your joints, they stabilize your posture, and they even protect you from falls and fractures. When you maintain strong muscles, you are literally building a shield of protection around your body. Falls are one of the leading causes of disability in people over 65, but strong muscles dramatically reduce that risk. That means less fear, more confidence, and greater freedom to do the things you love. I want you to understand something very empowering. Studies show that people in their 80s and 90s who begin resistance training and proper nutrition can rebuild muscle mass within weeks. Yes, weeks. That means your body still responds no matter how old you are. Every sip of water you drink, every nutrient you provide, every small exercise you do, your body thanks you by repairing and strengthening your muscles. This is why sarcopenia is preventable, because the human body is designed to rebuild. It just needs the right help. So I encourage you, don't let sarcopenia rob you of your best years. Don't accept weakness as normal. Don't tell yourself you're too old. That is not true. The truth is, you are capable of regaining strength, energy, and vitality at any age, and the steps are simple. Hydrate properly, fuel your muscles with electrolytes and amino acids, and move your body every day. Small, consistent changes will lead to powerful results. I want you to remember this: muscle is life. When you protect your muscles, you protect your independence, your energy, and your future. Sarcopenia is not your destiny. Prevention is in your hands, and it starts today. My friends, I want to share something very powerful with you today. When it comes to protecting your muscles and preventing sarcopenia, hydration is the foundation, but not just plain water. What you add to that water can transform the way your body rebuilds muscle and maintains strength. This is why I say don't just drink water, empower it by adding electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, and amino acids to your water. You are literally feeding your muscles life. This is one of the simplest and most effective strategies to keep your muscles strong as you age. Most people over the age of 60 are chronically dehydrated and they don't even know it. As we age, our thirst signals weaken. We simply don't feel as thirsty as we once did, so we drink less water. But here's the problem. Without enough water, your blood volume decreases, circulation slows, nutrients don't reach your muscle fibers, and recovery suffers. And that's when sarcopenia takes hold. Your muscles begin to wither, not because they want to, but because they're starved of hydration and nutrients. This is where adding the right things to your water becomes critical. Let's talk about electrolytes first. Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electric charge. They include magnesium, potassium, sodium, and calcium. These minerals are not just for athletes or people running marathons. They are essential for every muscle contraction in your body. Every time you stand up, walk, lift, or even breathe, electrolytes are helping your muscles fire correctly. Without them, your muscles cramp, fatigue, and weaken. By adding a balanced electrolyte mix to your water, you're restoring that spark that keeps your muscles functioning at their best. Now, magnesium is one of the most powerful minerals you can put into your water. Over 70% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, and this deficiency directly impacts muscle health. Magnesium relaxes your muscles, prevents painful cramps, supports protein synthesis, and improves energy production inside your cells. When you add magnesium to your water, you are giving your body the ability to recover faster, sleep deeper, and rebuild muscle tissue more efficiently. Think of magnesium as the spark plug for your entire muscular system. Potassium is another essential mineral, and it is often forgotten. Potassium works hand in hand with sodium to regulate muscle contractions and nerve signals. But here's what makes potassium special. It pushes nutrients into your muscle cells. Imagine your muscles as balloons. Without enough potassium, they deflate and weaken. With potassium, they fill, strengthen, and stay energized. When you sip on potassium-rich water, you're ensuring that every sip drives hydration and nutrients directly where they're needed most. Your muscles. And now let's bring in the amino acids. These are the building blocks of protein, the raw materials your body uses to rebuild muscle fibers. Every time you move, tiny tears form in your muscles, and that's normal. But to repair those tears, your body needs amino acids. If you don't provide them, your body breaks down muscle faster than it builds it. This is why I recommend adding essential amino acids or a scoop of high-quality whey protein to your water. This transforms your water from a simple drink into a muscle rebuilding powerhouse. Think about how powerful this is. Instead of waiting for 3 meals a day to give your body protein, you're giving it a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day by sipping water that's been upgraded with electrolytes and protein. That means your body is in a constant state of repair. Your muscles are never starved, and over time this translates into more strength, more energy, and more protection against sarcopenia. I've seen countless older adults change their lives with this simple habit. People who once felt weak and tired began to notice more energy, fewer cramps, and improved strength just by adding these nutrients to their daily water. They reported sleeping better, recovering faster, and feeling stronger in their day-to-day activities. Remember, it doesn't take extreme measures. It takes consistency with small, powerful steps. The beauty of this approach is that it's so simple. No complicated routines, no expensive treatments, just a glass of water, upgraded with what your body truly needs. Every sip becomes an act of healing. Every sip becomes an investment into your strength and independence. So I want you to start tomorrow morning. Pour yourself a large glass of water, add a scoop of electrolyte powder that includes magnesium and potassium, and if possible, mix in amino acids or high-quality protein. Carry it with you throughout the day and sip slowly. Make this your new daily ritual. Do it consistently, and within weeks you'll feel the difference in your energy, your stamina, and your muscle strength. Always remember your body is designed to heal and rebuild when you give it what it needs. Adding electrolytes and amino acids to your water is one of the most powerful yet simple things you can do to stop sarcopenia in its tracks. Don't wait until weakness sets in. Take charge today. Stay consistent, stay strong, and let every sip of water bring you closer to the vibrant life you deserve. My friends, if there is one mineral that most people over the age of 60 desperately need but are not getting enough of, it's magnesium. Magnesium is the silent hero of your muscular system. Without it, your muscles cannot function the way they are supposed to. It's the mineral that keeps your muscles relaxed, your nerves calm, your heart steady, and your body strong. And yet studies show that more than 70% of older adults are deficient in this vital nutrient. This deficiency doesn't just cause minor discomfort, it directly contributes to muscle weakness, cramping, poor sleep, and accelerated muscle loss, which is exactly what sarcopenia is all about. Magnesium is required for over 300 enzymatic processes in the body. That means nearly every cell in your system depends on magnesium to do its job. When it comes to your muscles, magnesium works hand in hand with calcium. Calcium tells your muscles to contract, and magnesium tells them to relax. Without enough magnesium, your muscles become tight, stiff, and prone to painful spasms or cramps. This is one of the most common complaints in older adults, waking up in the middle of the night with leg cramps. That is your body screaming for magnesium. But magnesium does much more than just prevent cramps. It plays a critical role in protein synthesis. Think of protein as the building material for your muscles. Without magnesium, your body cannot effectively use the protein you eat. That means even if you are eating chicken, fish, eggs, or taking supplements, your body will not be able to fully absorb and utilize those nutrients without adequate magnesium. This is why so many people struggle to rebuild muscle despite eating a decent diet. The missing link is often magnesium. Another powerful benefit of magnesium is how it affects your sleep. Good restorative sleep is when most of your muscle repair and growth happens. If you are not sleeping deeply, your muscles cannot rebuild. Magnesium calms your nervous system, reduces stress hormones, and allows your brain and body to enter the deep sleep cycles that are essential for recovery. Think about this. If you're tossing and turning every night, your muscles are not healing. By simply restoring magnesium levels, many people notice improved sleep, which directly translates into stronger, healthier muscles. Magnesium also has an anti-inflammatory effect on the body. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading causes of accelerated aging and muscle breakdown. When inflammation is high, your muscles struggle to recover, your joints ache, and your energy drops. Magnesium helps calm this inflammatory storm, protecting your muscles, your heart, and even your brain. This is why people who optimize magnesium often report feeling more energized, less sore, and mentally clearer. Now let's connect this directly to sarcopenia. When magnesium levels are low, your muscles are constantly stressed. They cannot relax properly. They do not recover fully, and they fail to utilize protein efficiently. Over time, this leads to accelerated muscle loss. On the other hand, when magnesium is abundant, your muscles recover faster, protein is absorbed more effectively, and your strength and vitality improve. This makes magnesium one of the most essential tools in the fight against sarcopenia. So where do you get magnesium? Leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and whole grains are all great natural sources. But here's the reality. Most older adults are not getting enough magnesium from food alone. Modern farming practices have stripped much of the magnesium out of our soil, which means our food today has less magnesium than it did decades ago. That's why I often recommend supplementing with magnesium or adding magnesium-rich electrolytes to your water. There are different forms of magnesium, and each has unique benefits. Magnesium citrate helps with muscle relaxation and digestion. Magnesium glycinate is excellent for calming the nervous system and improving sleep. Magnesium malate supports energy production in your cells. No matter which form you choose, the key is consistency. Adding magnesium daily can transform your energy, your recovery, and your muscular health. I've seen people in their 60s to 70s and 80s who suffered for years with cramps, weakness, and poor sleep. And when they finally addressed their magnesium deficiency, everything changed. They began sleeping soundly, their cramps disappeared, and their strength started to return. These are not miracles. This is simply the body responding to what it was missing all along. So here's my advice for you. Start by looking at your daily habits. Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating magnesium-rich foods? Consider adding a high-quality magnesium supplement or electrolyte powder with magnesium to your daily water. Sip on it throughout the day. Be consistent, and within weeks you will feel the difference. Always remember this. Magnesium is not just another nutrient. It is the foundation of muscle health. Without it, your body cannot perform the basic functions that keep you strong and independent. With it, you are giving your muscles the relaxation, recovery, and repair they desperately need. Don't let magnesium deficiency accelerate sarcopenia. Take control today, nourish your body with this powerful mineral, and watch your strength, energy, and vitality return. My friends, if you want to stop muscle loss and rebuild strength as you get older, you cannot ignore potassium. Potassium is one of the most important minerals for your muscles, your energy, and your overall health. Unfortunately, it is also one of the most deficient nutrients in older adults. Most people are not getting anywhere near the amount of potassium their bodies need, and this deficiency directly affects muscle strength, recovery, and even heart health. When you restore potassium in your body, you give your muscles the spark and energy they need to function at their very best. Potassium works hand in hand with sodium. Sodium pulls water into the body, and potassium pushes it into your cells where it belongs. Imagine your muscles as balloons. Without potassium, those balloons deflate, they weaken, fatigue sets in, and you feel drained. With enough potassium, those muscles stay full, energized, and strong. Potassium is the nutrient that drives water and other vital nutrients into your muscle cells, hydrating them and keeping them healthy. Without it, your muscles cannot contract and relax properly, which leads to weakness and cramping. Now let's talk about energy. Potassium plays a huge role in how your cells produce energy. Every single muscle contraction you make, whether you're lifting a grocery bag, climbing a stair, or even standing up from a chair, depends on potassium. This mineral controls the electrical signals in your muscles and nerves. If potassium is too low, those signals misfire. That's why low potassium often causes fatigue, weakness, or even muscle spasms. By restoring potassium, you allow your muscles to fire efficiently, giving you more strength, endurance, and energy throughout the day. Potassium also protects your heart, which is the most important muscle of all. Your heartbeat is regulated by the balance between sodium and potassium. Too much sodium and not enough potassium creates an imbalance that puts stress on your cardiovascular system, raises blood pressure, and makes your heart work harder. When you increase potassium, it balances sodium, lowers blood pressure, and eases the workload on your heart. That means you're not just protecting your skeletal muscles, you're protecting your heart muscle too. Now, how does potassium connect to sarcopenia? When potassium is low, your muscles do not receive proper hydration and nutrition. They become weaker, recover slower, and lose their ability to contract with power. Over time, this contributes to the progression of sarcopenia. On the other hand, when you provide your muscles with enough potassium, they repair faster, stay energized, and resist breakdown. Potassium is literally one of the keys to stopping muscle loss and rebuilding strength after the age of 60. The sad truth is that most people today are not getting enough potassium in their diet. The recommended daily amount is about 4,700 milligrams, but the average person gets less than half of that. Why? Because potassium-rich foods like leafy greens, avocados, bananas, sweet potatoes, beans, and salmon are often missing from the standard diet. Instead, most people eat processed foods that are high in sodium and low in potassium, creating an unhealthy imbalance. This imbalance not only weakens muscles, but also increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and kidney problems. One of the easiest ways to support your muscles is to start adding potassium-rich foods to your daily meals. A simple avocado gives you more potassium than a banana. A baked sweet potato is packed with potassium that nourishes your muscles and keeps them strong. Beans, lentils, spinach, and salmon are other excellent choices. By consistently eating these foods, you're feeding your muscles what they crave. Another powerful strategy is to add electrolytes with potassium to your water. This ensures you're hydrating your body at the cellular level while delivering potassium directly into your system throughout the day. When you combine potassium with magnesium, sodium, and amino acids, your water becomes a muscle-healing drink. This is especially important for older adults who may struggle to get enough potassium from food alone. I've worked with many people who suffered from chronic fatigue, cramps, and muscle weakness. Once they increased their potassium intake, they noticed huge changes. Their energy improved, their muscles felt stronger, and their blood pressure dropped to healthier levels. They could move with more confidence, recover from exercise faster, and enjoy life with renewed vitality. So here's my advice for you. Every day, make it a priority to add potassium-rich foods to your plate. Swap processed snacks for fresh fruits and vegetables. Enjoy an avocado with your breakfast, a baked sweet potato with dinner, or a handful of beans in your salad. And if you can, add a high-quality electrolyte powder with potassium to your water. Sip it slowly throughout the day and let your muscles soak in the benefits. Remember this, potassium is the mineral of strength and energy. Without it, your muscles cannot perform and your body begins to break down with it. You give your muscles the power to resist sarcopenia, to rebuild, and to thrive. Don't let a potassium deficiency steal your independence. Take control today, fuel your muscles with this essential mineral, and keep your body strong and energized for the years ahead. My friends, if you are over 60 and want to protect yourself from sarcopenia, you must understand the importance of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and protein is what your muscles are made of. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or even lift your arms, your muscles are contracting and breaking down tiny fibers. That breakdown is normal. It's how the body works. But in order to repair and rebuild those fibers, your body needs amino acids. Without them, your muscles simply cannot regenerate. And when that happens, sarcopenia sets in. Think of your muscles like a brick wall. Every day, bricks are falling out because of normal wear and tear. Amino acids are the new bricks that rebuild and strengthen that wall. If you don't provide enough bricks, the wall weakens, crumbles, and eventually collapses. That is exactly what happens when the body doesn't get enough amino acids. You lose muscle mass, you lose strength, and you lose independence. But when you provide your body with amino acids consistently, the wall not only stays intact, but becomes stronger and more resilient. Now here's something very important to understand. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at absorbing protein. That means the same meal that once kept your muscles strong at 30 or 40 doesn't have the same effect when you're 60 or 70. Your muscles need a higher concentration of amino acids to trigger repair and growth. This is why so many older adults lose muscle even though they are still eating what they consider a decent diet. It's not enough anymore. The body requires targeted support in the form of essential amino acids. There are 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot make on its own. These must come from food or supplementation. Leucine, in particular, plays a critical role in stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Think of leucine as the switch that turns on the muscle building process. Without enough leucine, the repair process doesn't fully activate. This is why protein-rich foods like eggs, fish, poultry, and dairy are so beneficial. They contain the amino acids, especially leucine, that your body craves for muscle health. Let's also talk about recovery. Every time you exercise, even if it's light walking, resistance bands, or lifting light weights, your muscles develop tiny micro tears. That's a good thing. It's what stimulates growth. But without amino acids, those tears do not heal properly. Over time, this leads to weakness and increased risk of injury. On the other hand, when you provide amino acids before or after activity, those micro tears heal stronger than before, which means your muscles are literally being rebuilt better with each movement. Amino acids also improve endurance and energy. Your muscles use them during activity to keep working efficiently. This is why athletes have long relied on amino acids to fuel performance. But it's not just for athletes. Older adults benefit just as much, if not more, from consistent amino acid intake. They keep your muscles nourished, energized, and ready to perform daily tasks without fatigue. So how do you get amino acids? The best sources are high-quality protein foods: eggs, chicken, fish, beef, dairy, beans, and lentils. For those who struggle with appetite or digestion, essential amino acid supplements or high-quality whey protein powders can make a huge difference. These are easy to add to water or smoothies and provide your muscles with a quick absorbable form of the nutrients they need. Here's a powerful strategy. Start your day with a protein-rich breakfast. Add a scoop of whey protein or essential amino acids to your morning water. This gives your muscles the building blocks they need. First thing in the morning after fasting all night. Then make sure each meal contains a protein source. By spreading your intake throughout the day, you keep your body in a constant state of repair. Instead of breaking down, your muscles are continuously rebuilding. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s who thought they were too old to gain muscle. They started adding amino acids and protein consistently, and within weeks they noticed improved energy, better posture, more stamina, and even increased strength in their daily activities. They weren't bodybuilders, they were simply giving their bodies what had been missing for years. Remember, sarcopenia does not happen overnight. It is a slow, silent process of muscle breakdown outpacing repair. Amino acids are the tool that tips the scale back in your favor. They allow your body to repair faster than it breaks down even as you age. This is the difference between losing independence and maintaining the strength to live freely. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, start by upgrading your water with amino acids or a scoop of protein powder. Do it consistently. Add protein-rich foods to each meal and move your body daily. Watch what happens in a few weeks. You'll feel stronger, steadier, and more alive. Always remember this: amino acids are life for your muscles. Without them, your body cannot rebuild. With them, you can stop sarcopenia in its tracks, restore your strength, and reclaim your independence. Don't wait, fuel your muscles today and give yourself the future you deserve. My friends, I want you to understand something that is simple but life-changing. If you want to stop sarcopenia and rebuild muscle after 60, it all comes down to two powerful forces: hydration and movement. When you combine these together consistently, your body will respond no matter your age. Hydration feeds the muscle and movement awakens the muscle. Without one, the other cannot work to its fullest potential. But when they are combined, they become the formula for strength, vitality, and independence. Let's start with hydration. Your muscles are made up of nearly 75% water. That means water is not just something you drink to quench thirst. It is the lifeblood of your muscles. When you are dehydrated, your blood thickens, circulation slows, and oxygen delivery decreases. Your muscles then become starved of nutrients. They tire quickly and they cannot recover properly. This is why dehydration is one of the fastest ways to accelerate muscle loss. And here's the truth: most people over 60 are walking around dehydrated without even knowing it. As we age, the body loses its natural thirst response. You don't feel thirsty, so you don't drink, but your muscles still need that hydration every single day. This is why I emphasize not just drinking plain water, but upgrading it with electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, and amino acids. That way, every sip of water doesn't just hydrate, it rebuilds, repairs, and energizes your muscles at the cellular level. Hydration is the foundation upon which muscle health is built. Now let's talk about the other half of this formula: movement. Muscles are living tissue. They respond to stress, they adapt to resistance, and they grow stronger when challenged. But here's the catch: if you don't use them, you lose them. Lack of movement is one of the biggest reasons sarcopenia advances so quickly. Muscles that sit idle begin to shrink, fibers weaken, and strength vanishes. But when you move, when you stimulate your muscles, even with light exercise, they respond by rebuilding themselves stronger. You don't need a gym, heavy weights, or intense workouts to get results. Simple movements done consistently can make all the difference. Chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance bands, walking, or light dumbbell curls. These little movements tell your body, I need this muscle. Don't let it go. The body listens. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, 80, or even 90 years old. Your muscles will respond to the demand placed on them. Science has shown over and over that even the oldest adults can gain strength and muscle mass when they stay active and nourished. Now imagine what happens when you combine hydration with movement. When you exercise, your muscles break down slightly. That's normal and necessary. But if you are dehydrated, recovery slows, soreness increases, and rebuilding doesn't happen effectively. On the other hand, when you are hydrated with electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, and amino acids, your muscles recover faster, repair stronger, and grow healthier with each movement. It's like watering a garden and then exposing it to sunlight. The growth is inevitable. I've worked with countless older adults who felt tired, weak, and afraid of exercise. Once they started drinking properly, upgraded water, and doing simple daily movements, they transformed their lives. Within weeks, they noticed more energy, fewer cramps, better balance, and more confidence. These weren't people training to be athletes. They were simply ordinary men and women choosing to move their bodies and fuel them correctly. Think about what independence really means. It means being able to get out of a chair without help, climb stairs with confidence, carry groceries without strain,